Now let's read Disney Pixar Toy Story 4. Once there was a little boy called Andy who had a favorite toy. The toy was a pull-string cowboy named Woody. Woody looked after all of Andy's toys and helped with any problems they had. One of Woody's best friends was a doll called Bo Peep. They would often work together to help the other toys. One stormy night, Woody was outside Andy's house after rescuing a toy. He gasped when he looked through the window. He saw Andy's mom place Bo and her sheep Billy, goat, and Guff into a box, which she gave to a man. The man then took Woody's friend out to his car. As the man went back inside the house, Woody hurried down to the car for Bo. "Quick!" he cried, "we'll sneak in the hedge." But Bo knew she couldn't go back inside. "It's time for the next kid," she said. She wanted Woody to come with her, but the cowboy couldn't leave Andy. They both said goodbye and Woody watched his friend leave, knowing he might never see her again. Many years later, Woody and the gang belongs to a young girl called Bonnie. Today was her induction day at kindergarten. Wanting to make sure she was okay, Woody hid himself in her bag and went with her. At school, Bonnie made a toy out of plastic spork and other bits and pieces. She named it Forky. Woody felt good seeing Bonnie so happy, but was very surprised when Forky's eyes moved. The spork was alive. Back in Bonnie's room, Woody introduced Forky to the other toys. They were just as surprised as Woody had been. Forky, however, was confused. He didn't understand how important he was to Bonnie and believed he was a piece of garbage. Woody had to spend the rest of the night stopping Forky throwing himself in the bin. A few days later, Bonnie and her family were enjoying their holiday. She'd taken all her toys with her, including Forky. The spork was still desperate to escape, and one night while Bonnie was sleeping, he jumped right out of a window of the camper van. Woody knew he had to go after him, so he climbed up to the window and said to the other toys, "I will meet you at the RV park." Then Woody jumped out too. Woody called out for Forky. He soon found the spork by the side of the road and began dragging him toward the RV park. On the way, Woody tried to get Forky to realize how important he was to Bonnie. He explained that she loved Forky the same way Forky loved rabbits. Forky finally understood what Woody meant. "She must be feeling awful without me," the spork said, breaking into a run. "We've got to get going. She needs me." Soon after, they came to a town called Grand Basin. Nearby, there was a carnival and the RV park. Both Woody and Forky would soon be with Bonnie again. Making their way down the dark street, Woody's eyes noticed a lamp shining in the window of an antique shop. It was the lamp that belongs to his friend Bo. Was she in there? Woody was worried. She had become a lost toy. Woody had to know if Bo was in the antique shop, so he went inside with Forky. The pair soon bumped into a dummy called Benson and a doll named Gabby Gabby. Woody tried to leave with Forky, but the doll wouldn't let them. Gabby Gabby wanted Woody's voice box to replace her broken one. She believed this way why no child wanted her. Woody escaped when the antique shop owner's granddaughter Harmony found him on the floor and took him to a playground in the park. Forky wasn't so lucky. Gabby Gabby and her dummy had captured him inside the shop. At the park, Woody frantically searched for a way to get back to the antique shop and rescue Forky. Sneaking across the playground, Woody saw a group of toys waiting excitedly to be played with. Suddenly, a large group of children turned up and as they played with all the toys, Woody came face to face with an old friend. It was Bo Peep. Woody learned how Bo was now a lost toy, but that she's been having lots of adventures, including helping other lost toys get played with. Bo also introduced Woody to one of her new friends, Officer Giggle McDimples. Billy, Goat, and Gruff were happy to see Woody too. Woody said he needed help to rescue Forky from Gabby Gabby and bring him back to Bonnie. Bo and Giggle were reluctant at first, as they didn't want to go back to the antique shop, but Woody was able to convince them to help. Meanwhile, Buzz had left the RV park to go looking for Woody. Unfortunately, he'd been found by a carnival worker and was now the top prize in the Star Adventurer game. This upset two attached toy called Ducky and Bunny, who had previously been the top prize. With Bunny's help, Ducky started kicking Buzz, causing all three toys to fall to the ground. Now he was free. The Space Ranger quickly resumed his search for Woody. Ducky and Bunny chased after him as they felt Buzz owed them a kid. It wasn't long before Buzz, Ducky and Bunny found Woody, along with Bo the sheep and Giggle McDimple on the roof of the antique shop. Woody explained what happened and that they were on their way to rescue Forky. So, with Bo leading the way down the shaft, the group entered the antique shop. Once inside the shop, Bo pointed out Gabby Gabby's glass cabinet. It was the most likely place to find Forky. It would be very risky to get to, but Bo had a plan. Desperate to rescue Forky, Woody didn't stick to the plan and ran toward the cabinet only to find it was locked. Bo yanked Woody to the ground. Then a dummy grabbed Woody. To protect their friend, Bo's sheep bit onto the dummy's trouser, but the dummy ran off with the sheep still attached to him. Bo was annoyed at Woody for not following the plan, but she was determined to get her sheep back. She sprinted further into the antique shop as Woody followed behind. Bo took Woody to meet her friends Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman. She told him Gabby Gabby had Forky and her sheep, and that she needed him to jump onto a cabinet. Duke had no confidence and refused to do the jump. But with Bo's encouragement, Duke felt his confidence return and agreed to help. With everything ready, it was time to rescue Bo's sheep and Forky. With their plan put into action, Bo was soon reunited with her sheep, but they accidentally woke up Dragon, a cat who lived in the shop. Duke helped Woody and the others escape, but they hadn't rescued the spork. Forky is still in there, said Woody. If we hurry, we can get him before they lock him up. But the toys were too tired to try and rescue Forky again. They left for the carnival, leaving Woody alone. Woody entered the store just as it was about to close. "Hello, Woody," said Gabby Gabby. "I know you will be back." Woody thought he had to fight to get Forky, but Gabby Gabby only wanted Woody to understand her. "I was defective right out of the box," she continued. "All she wanted was the chance to be important to a kid. I'll give anything to be loved the way you have." Woody agreed to give Gabby Gabby his voice box. "Just leave me Forky. Bonnie needs him." Bo and Giggle had returned to the shop to help Woody and overheard this conversation with Gabby Gabby. Bo was so proud of Woody. The toys made their way to the carnival when Gabby Gabby heard a girl crying. The toys moved Gabby Gabby near the girl. The girl picked the doll up. "Are you lost too?" she asked. "I'll help you." The girl hugged Gabby Gabby tight and went to ask a security guard for help. The doll had finally found a kid who loved her. Woody and Bo meet up with Bonnie's toy at the camper fun. Everyone was happy to see them, and Woody was even happier to see Bonnie reunited with Forky. Woody had done the job he set out to do. It was then he realized that there were kids and toys everywhere who would always need his help. He loved seeing kids playing with toys and toys finding happiness with kids. Looking over the carnival with Bo, Woody knew that wherever he went and whichever toy he helped next, he would always have his friend by his side.
That's the end.